How were you able to sustain that the rest of the summer? And then, I'm assuming that you finished strong. What do you think contributed to that, to be able to sustain the success and really be able to keep it in that high gear all the way until your last day of the summer? Obviously, taking into account this is currently what a lot of reps are facing right now.
Yeah. So I've said before, I never considered myself like a natural salesperson, being like the most naturally outgoing, whatever. But I guess one thing I felt like I was good at is I'm good at getting good at something. And that's kind of weird, but I was able to become a good salesperson. I think, when I think about like the month of August, I really actually did better and better and better each month. And I was always continually focused very deliberately on getting better and thinking about how I could get better every single time. Like literally every single door I knocked, I would even think about, well, what did I do well? What didn't I do well? What could I do different and get a better result? And really, I think through that process, I was constantly refining what I did very methodically to become, just to get better. And I got really good at it, but even the next year, I was crazy good at it. The year after that. I mean, I did really well, but the next time when I went out and actually sold, from one summer to the next, I sold twice as many. And I was already the second or third highest producing rookie in the company that very first year. So that, to me, that was what it was. It was a process of really constantly reevaluating every single time I talked to somebody.
Awesome. Any last words of wisdom that you would give to a sales rep who's dealing with burnout, so to speak?
Well, this is just, this is one thing that I did that I thought back about from my very first summer that was a little different. The last week of the summer, everybody in my entire office went home on Friday of that week. And, we were ready to start, all of us were starting school the following Monday. I don't remember why exactly, but I remember that I made the decision. I asked my manager if I could just stay and knock on Saturday. And it was weird because everyone was gone and I was all by myself. Everyone packed up and had left the city and was on their way back to Utah. And I was by myself. I had a bunch of contracts, and Saturday morning I went out and I knocked all day. And it was one of the best days of the summer. And that was great, and I was able to sell a few more accounts. But I think what stood out to me, for me, was the feeling that I had as I was driving home. It's incomparable. I still can think back to that feeling that I had when I left the city and I drove back to Utah. It was just so satisfying because I knew that I left every little ounce out on the field, that I gave every little last bit that I could, and I didn't hold anything back. And I've thought back about that a lot actually over the years, just that one day, and it may seem like kind of like a simple thing, but just thinking back to that one day and that decision to do something that no one else did. It's always easy to just go along. I mean, it would have been so easy because everyone was doing it. Yeah, you just pack up and go home. But I'm so glad that I made a decision to do something and just kind of to be alone, to do kind of what was sort of a lonely decision in this case, make that decision. It changed everything. And I've drawn upon that even over the years of, doing that and doing something and not going along with whatever the crowd is doing. To me, that's something that's really made all the difference throughout my professional career.
Awesome. It's great. Just give us one last sign off, a call to action, whatever. Throw a couple smiles in there.
One last sign off. Crap. What else can I say?
No, you
know?
don't have to say anything. Just
No,
say,
I-
hey, man, use this, apply it. Don't give up. You don't have to be the status quo. Like,
Yeah,
you know?
I think so. Yeah, I just say, look, you know, if you want to do something special or be better than everyone else, then you have to do things differently than everybody else. Rock on. Yeah!